Hi friends, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Hope you guys are all doing well. If you are new, what's up? My name is Tashai. Welcome. So today we're going to be trying some new makeup, specifically this new palette. I've been wanting this for a while now. I feel like I've just been looking for a really nice neutral palette, and not just a neutral palette but something that's practical that I can take with me, like if I go away for the weekend. I'm more of a soft glam queen. I do like my color here and there, but I'm good for a good soft glam. So I picked up this Makeup by Mercier palette. This is the Master Matte version. I felt like the neutral one was more, that was the vibe I was going for. The shimmers, I feel like I have so many shimmers in my collection now, I don't really need any more. So I'm excited to try this baby out. So this is what we'll be focusing on today. So yeah, let me get the rest of my makeup on. The skin is skinning today, like she's looking cute. I'm gonna go in with my Milk Hydrating Primer. I've been absolutely loving this since I got it. It's like all I use. So I'm just gonna do maybe 1.5 pumps, and I'm just gonna spread this across my face. Gotta make sure we get our forehead. So I like to let my primer kind of sit down on my skin and get a little tacky before I actually apply foundation. I've been using this Kat Von D, I keep saying Kat Von D, KVD Beauty Foundation. I actually really do like it. So I think I'm actually going to go ahead and use this one today because I want a more soft glam like look, and I feel like this is definitely going to give me that. So I'm just going to use like a foundation brush, just kind of paint a little bit. So I'm just going to paint and just kind of get everything to come together. I have a bit of a line of demarcation in my forehead from like wearing wigs, so I kind of make sure focus up there and just kind of spread it. I'm not going to focus under my eyes too much either because we don't need too much coverage because we're going to go in with concealer. Okay, so now on to the main event, which is the Makeup by Mercier palette. So it literally just comes in a really nice simple matte black box with Makeup by Mercier. It's like kind of embossed here. Then it says, these are my 12 universal matte shadows. Each delivers smooth, luxurious, highly blendable color inspired by human skin tones. So let's pop this open and let's see what she's here for. So it's a really nice simple white packaging. I love how simple it is. It's just very simple and to the point. It's pretty small, like in my hand. I can hold it in one hand. If I compare it to my Jackie Aina ABH, it is quite small. It's not half of it, but probably like 3/4 of it. So that is her in all her beauty. Very nice, simple, neutral palette. I'm glad to see that there's a mix of warm and cool tones from what I can see. And there's a good amount of browns. I was a bit nervous about the brown shades, but now looking at it, there's definitely like, I could definitely work with this. But I love the color story. I will bring it so you guys can kind of see a little bit more. That's how the palette looks, you guys. It does have kind of like a magnetic closure, like when you close it, closes like that, which is nice. So yeah, let's try it out and let's see. I'm not going to do swatches because I don't want to do swatches. I don't like swatching my palettes, like I just don't like doing it. And honestly, I feel like swatches aren't that helpful. It really doesn't matter how eyeshadows perform on your hand because it's not, you're not going to wear it on your hand, you're wearing it on your eyes. So let's get into it. I'm going to prime a little bit. I'm going to start off with a crease shade. I'm going to go into 1 2 3 4 5 6 or 7, just so you guys can see a little bit more. I zoomed you guys in a bit. So I'm going to matte 7 and I'm going to apply that. So that's definitely applying. I can see it. I'm not sure if you guys can see it because it's kind of subtle, but it's a nice like warm, it's a warm like hot chocolate shade. I'm just trying to create like a seamless like soft transition. I'm going to go with matte 6, which is this shade here. I was using matte 7 and as you can see, this looks darker. So I'm going to try and see what's the difference. So I'm going to go in with a more focused brush. That's how it looks on the brush. It definitely looks more cooler, and there's hardly any kickback in this palette. Like I'm not getting a whole bunch of like shadow popping out at me when I dip into it, which is good. Also, I didn't mention it does have a mirror, but I don't feel like taking it off because I have a mirror in front of me. So I'm pushing this into my crease and kind of in my outer V, trying to get a bit of definition, and I can see it coming off on the like on my skin. It's very cool tone and it kind of blends into my skin. So I'm going to go to something deeper. I'm going to try out 9 with the same brush. don't know if you guys can see, it's giving red, but it's adding just a warmth. So I'm just gonna blend that in anyway. I actually want to add some definition though, so let me actually stop playing and get into a deeper color. I'm gonna go into matte 11, which is the deepest brown, which is very cool, and just create some depth in my eye now. I'm gonna focus on my outer V. Very, very nice brown. I don't have anything like this in my collection. It's not warm, which is nice. I'm gonna go with matte 9, which is like the more red bricky brown, this one here. I'm just gonna go above that just to keep that warmth in my eye. I don't want my eyes to get too cool toned because I feel like it washes me out a bit. Just a little bit to keep that warmth going. And yeah, I like how that's looking. So for my lid, I'm gonna go into matte 5, and it's a very beautiful shade. It's almost like an olivey tone. Just on my inner corner just to see the brightness. I think we can go up a notch. So I'm gonna go to matte 4. I'm kind of just going over everything and go back and forth with the shades I used and just neaten it up. But I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. Literally just gonna like draw a V like this. Just like that, but just like blending back and forth, honey, back and forth. I think I might bring it down a bit slightly with matte 5. I'm not really sure really. But I can say these shadows blend extremely well. Like I've layered like a lot of shadows, as you guys have been noticing. I've been mixing shadows and none of them have like been sitting on top of each other. Like they blend very, very well together and they don't give me any patchiness. Like they are doing good. I'm also going to use that matte 7 and just kind of blend between my lid shade and my definition shade, just so it's not super harsh like on this side, just so it's like more seamless. Pop that there. Absolutely flawless blend, like seamless. Like I'm gonna put on lashes. I'm gonna put on my Shy Girl lashes because I want something more cat eye today. Yeah, definitely want a cat eye vibe, and then we're gonna go into the rest of our complexion, and then I will wrap up with my final thoughts on this palette because okay, so for concealer I'm gonna go in with my Revolution Infinite, and I'm also gonna use some of my Fenty Beauty concealer in 410. And the reason why I like to put my concealer like on the side like that is also because that gives an extra cat eye. If you guys notice, I never wear liner, eyeliner. Like I just feel like it makes my face look extra. Like I like more of a fresh look. Even if I'm doing like full glam, I like a more fresh look. I'm gonna do some contouring. I'm just gonna use my regular I'm actually going to use my e.l.f. cream bronzer to bronze up my face. I'm just going to use like a angled brush and literally just apply that. I was going to apply it with like my fingers, but I feel like a brush will be able to pick up a little bit more. Even though I feel like with my fingers it will give more of a natural vibe, I think I can still do okay with the cream on a brush. And to set my under eyes, I'm going to mix my Laura Mercier Honey translucent powder with my Huda. So I'm going to start with Huda and then we're going to lock it in with Laura Mercier. I feel like Laura Mercier like gives that extra snap, so it's nice to add that in sometimes. I'm actually going to use my sponge. I'm going to actually press that in. And that looks good. It's giving flawless. So now we're gonna do some actual bronzer. So I'm gonna use some Fenty Beauty. I'm gonna use a Figment, which I absolutely love. Give us that extra bronze. And then we're gonna go in with some blush. I'm gonna use Jaded, this beautiful orange shade. And I'm just gonna literally go on my high points of my face. I've been loving that very blushed look, especially like on TikTok. You love that ultra blushed look, so I've been loving that. And I'm gonna go with the pink hot pink called Zane. Juvia, one thing about Juvia's Place like products, they're super pigmented, so be careful. I'm just gonna layer that on top, just give a little more of a pinky vibe. This is definitely giving summer. I don't know why I didn't find this combo in the summer, but I don't care, I still love it. I absolutely love the vibe. Don't we love the vibe? I love it. It's giving. For me, it's giving. So I'm feeling a little bit dry. Like I need to set my face, but I am going to put a bit of glow down. I'm going to use my Shai Beauty Glow, of course, so that it's not so... How pretty is that? I feel like my nose contour could be blended out a little bit more today, but I kind of like it, so... I think I'm going to do a little eyeshadow on my lower lash line, which I hardly ever do, but I am. So I'm going to go in with... So it actually looks like a very dark brown. Wow. I'm just going to use a touch of it on the outer corner. I like to keep my under eyes pretty clean. I'm going to use this more defined brush. I'm going to go to the first shade, so matte 1. A little bit of it just in my inner corner. I know it's matte, but that will actually give me a bit of a highlight. How cute is that? It's just very subtle, but it makes such a difference. So now I'm going to use my Chanel mascara on my lower lash line, and we'll come back and do lips. I'm using my Morphe Richie liner, but I'm struggling because I need a sharpener for lip liners. I'm using my regular like old school sharpeners for pencils that I found, and it's not working. For lips, I'm actually going to do my Fenty cream glosses. I'm going to do Cookie Jar and Honey Waffles. I used to love this combo, and I think it actually be perfect for this look. So I'm just going to use Cookie Jar, and then put a little Honey Waffles in the middle of that. And then I'm going to go on top with my Milky Gloss by NYX. This is in Milk and Honey. Just add another layer of gloss. Okay, so this is the finished look. I'm absolutely obsessed with it. This is a better look at the eyeshadow. I'm not sure if the camera is going to focus and you guys can see. Very simple, soft glam. I'm loving it. I love it. I love it with a ponytail as well. I feel like it looks good. So my overall thoughts on this palette, I actually really enjoy it. I'm really happy I got it now, because I feel like when it comes to neutral palettes, especially being a dark skinned girl, sometimes like half the palette is unworkable for your skin tone. It's like you can only probably use the last 5 shades, and it's like very limiting. But with this palette, I can literally use it. Like there's no issue with it. I have a dark brown, I have a crease color, I have a transition color, I have lid shades, I have there's nothing in this palette that I can't use for a look. There's nothing in this palette that I'm lacking, like, oh, I need more definition, or oh, I need something dark, or I need something to cut my, like, anything for neutral soft glam, a brown matte look is in here, which I'm super excited about. This literally blends like a dream. I had no problem with it. As soon as I put colors down or the shadows down, it was like just blended like clockwork. Like I didn't have to do too much work, which I love, but I wouldn't expect anything less from Makeup by Mario. Like, I mean, come on. These aren't super pigmented. I feel like there's this thing, like if when you get a shadow and you put it on your eyes, it's not super pigmented, then that means it's bad. No, because when you're doing soft glam looks, especially like neutral looks or any type of eyeshadow look, sometimes you need to be able to build up your look. You don't want to just go in with a shadow, put it on your lid, and it's already at full capacity, because it really doesn't give you the chance to really take your time, build your look, blend. With this palette, the shades are so buildable. Once I put a color down, it's not like I don't have to live in fear of, if I put this color on my lid, I won't be able to blend it out. It's going to be super strong. I can literally build it up to be intense as I want it, or leave it very subdued and subtle. I would say I would love, but this is just me, personal preference, I would love like a true chocolatey brown, like a very chocolate brown. Like I would love that, but even without that perfect chocolate brown, I still really enjoy this palette. I don't think I have to ever reach to another palette for anything else, and that's really what I was looking for with a neutral palette. Like I was tired of buying makeup palettes and having to have like 4 palettes out to create one look, or I'm trying to define my crease and I have to mix this brown with another black. Like I was kind of tired of doing that, especially again if you're traveling, more practical situation. If you're on holiday, you don't want to be bringing 3 Morphe palettes. Like, hun, it takes up too much space, you know. It is 1 gram per eyeshadow, but I feel like, to be honest, let's really be honest here, who is going through eyeshadow palettes in the time that it's actually meant to be expired by? Because I can admit, I have Morphe shadow palettes that I've had for over a year, and I ain't hit pan on probably only 2 shadows in there. So even though, yes, it only is 1 gram, I don't really take too much notice about that, because who actually finishes eyeshadow palettes these days? Nobody. But yeah, that was it in today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to give me a nice thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, comment down below, and as always, I will see you guys in my next one.